In this photo, it is easy to see that the rainbow encloses a bright circular area. The fact that both the rainbow itself and the circular area it encloses shine has a common cause, which we will explore here using practical experiments. A thin curtain of rain, like the one produced by this sprinkler, is enough to create a rainbow. The smaller the water droplets are, the more precisely their shape matches that of a sphere. However, handling such tiny water spheres would be quite difficult, which is why a much larger glass sphere is used here as their model. This glass sphere is first placed at a distance of about 20 centimeters from a white wall. A flashlight directed towards it is located in between. When the white light of the lamp falls on it, a circular light spot appears on the opposite wall. Its interior is white, and the characteristic colored band of the rainbow can be seen at its edge. Since the glass sphere deflects a portion of the incident light almost in the opposite direction, it can be regarded as a reflector. However, the occurrence of colors at the edge shows that this is a rather unusual reflector. Unlike this experiment, a naturally occurring rainbow is not projected onto a wall. Instead, the viewer's gaze is directed towards the falling drops. In order to create a comparable observation situation in the experiment just shown, we modify it accordingly. To do this, we remove the wall and use a camera as an observation instrument, with its viewing angle alpha based on the direction of the incident light. In the starting position shown here, the opening of the camera lens is outside the light cone reflected by the sphere. By slowly swiveling it, however, it shifts further and further into the cone of light. The image of the sphere that the camera sees is recorded as a video. While the recorded video is shown on the left, the corresponding camera position is shown on the right. Of the light incident on the sphere, the camera initially captures only the portion reflected on the surface of the sphere. As the lens aperture enters the light cone, a red glowing spot also appears. As the angle of view is reduced, the red spot splits into two parts and a yellow glowing spot emerges in the space between them. Subsequently, this also splits, whereby the color green emerges in the resulting intermediate space. In this way, colored light spots gradually appear according to the color sequence of the rainbow. If the lens aperture is completely immersed in the light cone, a further reduction of the viewing angle only causes the gap between the split-colored light spots to increase, while they move closer together. As a result, they overlap each other to form an almost white glowing spot. What does this laboratory result now mean for the observation of a natural rainbow? In this situation, too, the drops of the rain curtain are seen from a certain viewing angle, this time related to the direction of incidence of sun rays falling on them. Depending on which part of the rainbow an observer's gaze is directed at, the associated viewing angle changes. Let's take a look at a magnified section to see what the individual drops look like. Drops originating from some color ranges of the rainbow are seen here in high magnification. They are distinguished by the glowing spots they produce. A distant observer detects their differently colored light as an additive mixture of colors. The glowing spot that emerges between the already split glowing spots contributes the most to this mixed color. Its brightness is relatively large, as can be seen in the magnified sections shown here. So far, it has not been addressed what the glowing spots actually are. This geometric optical model of a droplet on which a bundle of parallel light rays falls provides initial insights to this. In the simplest case, a beam of light incident on a droplet is deflected by the refraction of light occurring at the entry and exit points and also by internal reflection. Due to the curvature of the droplet surface, the angle of incidence of the ray depends on where it strikes the droplet. Accordingly, it is refracted to different degrees depending on the point of impact. Parallel light striking the outer edge of the droplet is deflected such that it is focused after leaving the droplet. Consequently, a real image of the light source is created at the location of focus. In comparison, let's look at the ray path of a parallel light beam hitting further inside. This is deflected in such a way that it diverges after leaving the drop. However, through a backward extension of these rays, which has been done here with blue lines, it can be seen that these rays seem to emanate from a common point. Therefore, at the location of this virtual focus, a virtual image of the light source appears. We now want to prove that the glowing spots are actually images of the light source with the help of a special light source. As seen here, it has the shape of the letter L. We replace it with the light source used in the previously demonstrated experiment. If the camera lens is outside the cone of light reflected by the glass sphere, it captures only the reflected image of the light source resulting from reflection at the glass surface. When the camera is panned into the light cone, a reddish glowing spot first appears, which then widens to both sides, with ever new rainbow colors emerging in its center. The fact that the widening glowing spot is composed of two colored sequences of L-shaped images only becomes apparent when the splitting process has proceeded so far that the two sequences have finally overlapped to form a white letter. As can be seen, both images of the light source are upside down here, with one also being mirror reversed. Accordingly, from each raindrop contributing to the rainbow, two sequences of colored images of the sun shine towards us.